Chris Henry Jr. is the newest name every Ohio State fan needs to know. In his recent high school showcase, he put up numbers that turned heads across the country. With 134 yards and 2 touchdowns in just one half, he showed why the Buckeyes locked him in early. Performances like that don't just happen by chance. Henry didn't look like a young player trying to prove himself. He looked ready. His speed, his hands, and the way he controlled the game made it clear that he's already on another level. When a wide receiver can take over that quickly, it's a sign that he's built for the next stage. For Ohio State, this is more than one good game. It's proof that the future of their wide receiver room is still in safe hands. Fans have seen stars come through before, and Henry looks like the next one in line. His play gives the program even more depth in a position that already defines them. But the story doesn't stop here. What makes this even bigger is the possibility of him joining forces with Jeremiah Smith. That's when excitement turns into something much larger, and that's where we go next. Stay locked in with Red Zone Reports, your home for every play that matters. The thought of Chris Henry Jr. lining up next to Jeremiah Smith is what makes Ohio State fans believe the future could be special. Smith is already viewed as the best player in college football, and adding Henry to that mix would give the Buckeyes 2 dangerous weapons on the field at the same time. When defenses prepare for one elite receiver, they often shift coverages and double team. But with Smith and Henry together, that strategy becomes almost impossible. Henry's speed down the sideline combined with Smith's power and route running could stretch defenses thin in every direction. It's not just about stats, it's about the matchup nightmare this pairing creates. One misstep, one blown coverage, and the game can change instantly. Quarterbacks dream about having targets like this, and Ohio State could soon have both. That's why this potential duo feels like more than hype. It represents the next stage of Ohio State's tradition of great wideouts, and it sets the stage for the bigger story of how the Buckeyes built this wide receiver legacy. Ohio State has built a reputation for producing wide receivers that dominate at every level. This isn't a short trend. It's been a steady line of talent moving from Columbus to the NFL. Each class seems to carry the standard a little higher, and the program has made the position its trademark. Names like Michael Thomas, Terry McLaurin, and Curtis Samuel showed what Buckeyes could do in the pros. Then came Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, and Jackson Smith and Jigba, who each proved that the tradition was alive and strong. More recently, Marvin Harrison Jr. raised the bar again and set an example for every young player coming through. What makes this run different is how consistent it's been. Every few years, Ohio State isn't just replacing stars, they're creating the next ones. That's why fans look at Chris Henry Jr. with so much belief. He isn't being asked to start something new. He's stepping into a system that already knows how to make receivers great. This constant flow of talent is what separates Ohio State from almost everyone else. And now, with Henry on the horizon and Smith already leading the way, the question becomes how the quarterback situation will fit in to keeping this legacy alive. Every wide receiver needs a steady quarterback, and for Ohio State, that role now belongs to Julian Sayin. Ryan Day confirmed him as the starter, ending months of competition and giving the offense a clear direction. The decision wasn't a surprise, but it showed trust in a young player who has never started a real game at this level. Sayin earned the job because of how natural his throws look. The ball comes out fast, and it finds the receivers in stride. Coaches believe he can get the most out of stars like Jeremiah Smith, which is ultimately what separated him from Lincoln Kinholz. When you watch Sayin throw, it doesn't look forced, it looks smooth, and that's what the staff wanted. Of course, talent alone isn't the whole picture. The real test comes when he faces live pressure for the first time. The nerves will be there, but the offense around him is built to help. A strong running game can calm a new quarterback, and quick completions can build confidence before taking deep shots. The big question is how quickly Sayin can settle in. If he finds his rhythm early, the Buckeyes' offense will look sharp from the start. If not, the running backs may need to carry the load until he adjusts. That makes the backfield the next key piece of this story. Ohio State's running game has 2 names that stand out right now, C.J. Donaldson and James Peoples. Both bring different strengths, and together they give the offense balance. Donaldson is bigger and can push through contact, while Peoples shows the quickness to hit a gap and be gone before defenders react. Peoples has already drawn comparisons to J.K. Dobbins, a name that means something to Buckeye fans. His style is sharp cut, steady patience, and the ability to find yards in tight spaces. Donaldson, on the other hand, has reshaped his body, trimming down to become faster while still keeping his power. That combination makes him dangerous both inside and outside. The real advantage for Ohio State is how these two can rotate. When defenses adjust to one style, the other can attack in a completely different way. It's the kind of setup that helps a young quarterback by keeping the offense moving and opening up play-action passes. What makes this backfield even more valuable is the line in front of them. A running game only works if the blockers do their job, and that brings us to the strength of the offensive line that will set the tone for every drive. The offensive line will decide how far this team can go. Every successful play starts with the group up front, and Ohio State has put together a unit that looks solid on paper. Austin Cirobal has locked down the left tackle spot, giving Julian Sayin protection on his blind side, which is the most critical job in football. Next to him is Luke Montgomery at left guard and Carson Hintzman at center. Both are steady players who know their assignments and bring experience to the middle of the line. On the right side, Tegro Tishabola takes over at guard, and Philip Daniels has earned the nod at tackle. Together, this 5-man group has size, strength, and a style that fits Big Ten football.
Daniels in particular brings an edge. He's known for playing with toughness and setting a physical tone, the kind of lineman that thrives in cold weather, hard-hitting games. That attitude spreads across the line and helps build an identity that every offense needs. With this lineup, the Buckeyes believe they can protect the quarterback and create lanes for the running backs. If the line plays to its potential, the offense will run smoothly. But while the offense has talent everywhere, the defense also carries the same expectations, and that is where the spotlight shifts next. Ohio State's defense has been built on strong lines, and this season is no different. Kenyatta Jackson leads the charge on the edge, joined by Caden Curry and Bo Jackson, who bring energy and speed. Inside, Edric Houston and Caden McDonald add size and power, giving the Buckeyes a balanced front that can pressure any offense. The depth of this unit means there is no clear weakness. Edric battled through an injury scare earlier in the year, but has bounced back and looks ready to dominate. McDonald adds toughness in the middle, and together they can clog lanes and free up the linebackers to make plays downhill. The most exciting part is the brother connection between Sonny Styles and Lorenzo Styles, who now share the field on defense. Their chemistry and versatility give Ohio State a unique edge. With this group in place, the Buckeyes believe their defense can match any offense, and the first test comes in the opener against Texas. All of the buildup now points to one game, Ohio State against Texas at the Shoe. The opener brings national attention, and it also carries extra meaning with Lee Corso making his final appearance on College Game Day. For the players, the stage is bigger than usual, and the pressure is part of the challenge. The Buckeyes enter this matchup with confidence. They know the roster is loaded, from the new quarterback to the wide receivers and the experienced defense. What matters is how quickly they can bring it all together under the lights. Texas is no easy opponent, and the test will be immediate. Fans should expect a game that feels fast, physical, and unpredictable. With so much young talent on the field, the energy could swing in either direction. One strong drive or one defensive stop has the power to shift momentum and define the night. For Ohio State, this isn't just the start of another season. It's the chance to prove that the next wave of stars is ready. If they win here, it sets the tone for everything to follow. The future is waiting, but the statement must be made now. That's all for today from Red Zone Reports. Stay blessed, stay positive, and I'll see you in the next breakdown.